I can't wait to see what these guys are going to bring. There is just no telling. ErA, he's already won a match with Deathwing at some point in HPL. But RDU, you know, if he gets out swinging, there's no way ErA's going to have time to get to that Deathwing. But we're going to find out what they're going to do because game number 1 with RDU and ErA is getting underway.
And there we go. This might be the Deathwing deck.
Just as I say, or just as we talk about how ErA is going to play for the late game, there's a Sarah in his opening hand.
You know what I'm excited about the most, Nathan? We finally get to see RDU during his games.
I've been waiting for this all season long, just to see how he reacts.
Okay, this is the Control Warrior deck that Show has been playing with a lot on stream lately.
Whoa, this is really, really weird.
Yeah, Show is like 12-4 with this deck right now at high level. Like he's been playing in Legend, and he's been playing, it's like a really old school Warrior Control deck, and he's been putting Deathlord in and out of it lately.
Okay, so talk to me about this Deathlord. What's going on?
Okay, so the Deathlord is there just to, you know, you can usually deal with the minion that comes out, but it's so good against decks like this. Like, you know, how does Aggro Paladin handle a 2/8 taunt? You have to put so many resources into it. I mean, just look at his hand, how it's constructed right now. How's he going to deal with a 2/8?
He's got to draw Hoot Hoot.
He's got to draw a Hoot Hoot. Exactly. But then even if you do that, even if you silence this Deathlord, a 2/8 is so good against you.
Yeah, that's a really good point. You know, Deathlord I don't think is a very good card, but at certain times it becomes a good card. And that's really, to me, what defines this entire game is when cards are good and when cards are bad. They're good and bad in context. They're not just good or bad cards.
I 100% agree with you, but and this Cruel Taskmaster is going to be great here. It's going to check both these Leper Gnomes. Now, after seeing the Deathlords and, you know, just seeing the Ysera at first, this isn't the Dragon Control deck that we saw from ErA. Yeah, he's playing this deck that Show's been playing, and it's what you've been asking for all season. You want to see the Warrior God come back.
I do. I want Show to come back swinging with Warrior, swinging with weapons is what I want to see him do.
You know, it was really funny. I thought we had a chance to see this deck tonight, but I thought Show was going to be playing it. I didn't know ErA was going to be the first one.
This is actually, this kind of deck feels like it's right up ErA's alley. This is exactly like you were talking about. Like the Ironbeak Owl, yes, it does shut off the taunt aspect of this, but that 2/8's going to keep attacking every minion every turn.
I mean, yeah, did you see RDU's face when Deathlord hit play from a Warrior deck? He was not happy. Because the other thing, too, is this 2/8 body is going to stick around for multiple turns, just allowing you to armor up over and over again. And let's not even talk about an Armor Smith sitting behind a Deathlord.
This is really scary, actually. You know, I hate counting players out at the beginning of the game, but I look at this one and I wonder, how is RDU breaking through this?
I don't know if he can, actually. The second Deathlord is going to be unbelievable from ErA. He's got a Brawl here. This is the kind of matchup where Deathlord really shines, because what minion could come out of RDU's deck to really punish him for having Deathlord?
I mean, Arcane Golem's about the biggest thing in there, Leroy Jenkins maybe, but those are 1 and 2 shots. Yeah, you know, most of his cards are just 2/1s.
Yeah, exactly. The thing with Deathlord in this matchup, it answers every single minion out of RDU's deck and stays around. Yeah, so 1 versus 1.
This is really the big turn for RDU, but again, he's looking at an Armor Smith. He's looking at a 2/7 body. ErA's at 28 right now with 4 cards in his hand.
What has to happen here is what you're seeing from RDU is what he has to do. He's just got to go face with everything and just hope it's good enough. He knows he cannot win a game that goes to turn 9.
Yeah. And that's sort of the purpose of choosing a strategy like this. The mind games out here. Wow, second Armor Smith. This is the closeout right now. There's no way that RDU's coming back from this.
I don't know if anybody heard that. I kind of giggled a little bit when he drew the second Armor Smith because he had the second Deathlord already. This game looks like a blowout, and this is going to be the second match in a row where ErA has looked unbeatable in game 1.
Yeah, I actually like his sequencing here too of attacking the 1/1s instead of the 2/1s. Don't put your Armor Smiths in consecration range.
Right.
You know, that's like probably one of the only ways that RDU can ever recover this is if he gets to a point where he can consecrate your Armor Smiths and then get some repetitive damage sources on board.
Yeah, and you know, he's going to have this Brawl just sitting in his back pocket for the rest of the game too, because he doesn't even need to Brawl anytime soon.
No, not at all. And still at 27 life. This game feels completely locked.
Yeah, ErA's going to be able to take some blowback here. He's going to be able to use this Death Bite to take out the South Sea deckhand very easily.
Big deal. You take 6.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to take 6 anyway. Who cares? Yeah. Then you get to armor up this turn. I mean, this game is looking rough, and you can see it on RDU's face.
Yeah, this is sort of I mean, this is the way that control decks function. You know, they draw their early game cards that answer this, nigh unbeatable.
Like, ErA can easily win this game without the Ysera in his hand. This is a dead card. You know, it's going to happen maybe on turn 9, but RDU is going to be, you know, completely out of gas at that point, pretty much.
And this is the point that RDU has come to, is RDU's sequencing with these Armor Smiths, making sure to attack 1/1 minions instead of 2/1s. It's brought RDU to a point where this consecration can't be used to sweep him out. He has to invest Truce over champion charges.
Yeah, great analysis there. You know, just playing around the consecration as much as possible. Now, Sludge Belcher gets added as well. Armor Smith coupled with Death Lord and Sludge Belcher, this is a nightmare.
This deck feels like it's just strictly geared to beat aggressive decks, but that's exactly what RDU's been doing. And, you know, I said it before the match, I didn't think that ErA was necessarily going to have the right read, but he's clearly has it in game 1.
Yeah, I mean, this deck, good against a lot of the decks RDU's been playing, most of the aggressive strategies. Yeah, he's just going to give up here. I don't even blame him.
Wow, that's a tough one to concede, but, you know, you're looking at you're trying to climb a mountain here, and all you got's like a toothpick and you know, a couple ropes.
You're looking at a straight-faced brick wall. That wall is 100 feet high, 100 feet high, and there is nowhere to get a handhold or a foothold anywhere. You're not climbing this wall.